would they accept you if you become yourself on stage? You can be yourself, but if you become yourself in front of people, maybe some of them won't laugh. It has something to do with reading the room.
Dumating ba sa point na nag-show ka, you know na itong joke might cross the line and it offended a lot of people? Where did you go down and really like talk to the people that you've offended?
Siguro few encounters lang. I would always ask, were you offended? Sabi, no, it was fun, but I'm just worried about other people. But if there's 1, 2, 3 people na matutuwa dun sa ginawa mo, that's your audience. Perform for them. I really believe that the people that you're looking for are also looking for you.
What's the number one piece of advice that you would give to them?
Just don't listen to your family and friends. They don't know what you want. So, when you start a bit that would last for, if it's a long bit, like 7-minute bit, you need to commit eh. You can give up midway, pero during that time, wala pa akong ganong skill eh. Alam mo yun, parang in my mind, parang hindi, tatawa kayo sa next punchline na to, mas nakakatawa to. Tumatawa sila, pero alam mo yung minsan may pity laugh na lang, na parang, okay, maririnig ka na lang na gano'n. So, I didn't have that skill yet na parang, okay, how do I maneuver? How do I pivot? Which I learned right after that. Kasi you don't want to go back to that same situation again.
Can you share like a redemption moment? Just to kind of like, like na parang na-realize mo na, or parang nagamit mo na yung skill of pivoting. Or like, how is it now different from that moment?
So, it has something to do with reading the room, which is a basic human social skill that every one of us should at least not hone, but at least have a grasp of. Na parang, dapat kaya mo gawin yan. Hindi ko alam which came first, that bombing experience or the crowd work that went good online. So, I had hecklers early in my career, maybe because of how I look. I look like someone who doesn't do comedy. And I was hosting one of the shows at Brick Wall. And then there was these 3 hecklers. I think they didn't know what stand-up comedy was during that time. But they insisted, no, alam namin yan, ganyan. So 3, probably in their 40s or 50s. Medyo tita levels na to. Sorry sa mga na-offense na 40 years. But come on. So, 3 sila doon. And they're from a very specific demographic na medyo weird. And then, right, I was hosting it. Bigla silang nag-iingay. Hindi sila masaway. To the point na hindi mo na marinig yung comedian. So, blah, 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 blah. So, as host, you need to take care of it. Parang you need to address it. At first, sabi ko, it's online. I posted the video naman. Sabi ko, pwede po bang, keep it down lang. Kasi kailangan pong mag-perform ng comedians. If it's funny, laugh. If it's not, you can just stay quiet. Tapos nagalit sila. Hinampas nila yung table. Wala pa ako sa stage nito Like, binulungan ko lang sila on the side. Kasi may nagpa-perform. So, binulungan ko and then hinampas nila yung table. And then, the food went to my shirt. I was wearing black naman. Pero still, it annoyed me a bit. But I remember what the legends told me na hindi dapat relax ka lang. Ikaw yung host eh. Pag napikon ka, talo tayo lahat. Hindi ka pwede mapikon pag ikaw yung nagko-control ng show. So sabi ko, okay, I'll address it on stage. Went back on stage. Sinaway ko ulit sila. Tapos sabi nila, oy, alam namin yan. Hindi kami pinanganak kahapon. Alam namin ng stand-up comedy. Tapos pumitik ako, pero I kept it professional. So I made fun of them. Sabi ko, oo nga, alam naman po namin hindi kayo pinanganak kahapon. Mukha po kayong pinanganak na 1970s. Sabi ko ganun. So people were, finding it funny. Na parang, ha, ganyan. Tapos, sabi ko, may anak na po ba kayo? Sabi niya, parang ginago niya ako eh. Parang she made up a number. Sabi niya, 10. Sabi niya gano'n. Sabi ko, mukha nga eh. Sabi ko gano'n. So, parang mga simple jabs lang. Sorry if body shaming yun, but she was asking for it. So sabi ko ganyan. Alam mo yung banter lang, to the point na, dumating yung point na pati silang niloloko ko, tumatawa na rin sa akin. So, it was a major win.
You converted them.
Yes, because I was trained na dapat either umalis sila, pero hindi ka dapat mapikon. Biggest win is mapastay mo sila. If there's a heckler, pag na-shift mo yung attitude nila by what you're saying at napastay mo sila throughout the show, that's a big, big win. Big win din yung mapaalis mo sila habang tumatawa lahat ng tao. Pero mas bigger win sa akin yung napastay sila at tumatawa sila. Yeah. And that's what happened. It was like a gift from the comedy gods na, okay, Leland, ito yung redemption. Parang gano'n. And I will forever treasure that moment.
Yeah. And
So, yeah.
I mean, in social media, it also got a lot of views, you know.
Yeah, nagawa ko siyang content.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Okay, content. At the end of the day, meron tayong content, right? Are there... I'm just really interested in your work. As in the stand-up comedy as well. Like, are there jokes that you say on shows but you don't post online?
Yes. I would say probably 70 to 80% of the jokes I do live don't even make it online. Because I've learned my lesson na rin eh. As a young comedian who's also doing content during that time. Siyempre, if you're a comedian, how else are you gonna promote your comedy if you don't post your shit online? So I was doing that and I posted a joke about, anong joke nga to? It offended people because I mentioned, I think, medyo religious yung joke eh. But it was a silly joke. It was about food. And I didn't like how it backlashed because a lot of people who were not familiar with stand-up comedy saw it. And yun naman yung pinakaayaw mo eh. People who are not interested in seeing your shit getting offended. To me naman, of course, you can say na if ma-offend ka sa internet, wag ka na lang mag-internet. Kasi marami ka talaga makikita dyan na hindi para sa'yo. Diba? But to me, okay, you can say that. Siguro, the younger me would say na, oo nga, hindi naman sila nagbayad para ginagawa ko yun to promote my comedy for the people who also has the same wavelength as me. Go to my show. Pero, parang yung nangyari sa akin is, okay, pwede naman palang ingatan eh. So, pwede naman tayo mag-post ng mga tingin mo less offensive joke na, pero, puta pare, kahit ngayon may no-offense sa grocery joke ko eh. Isipin mo anong klaseng joke pa yung pwede mong i-upload kung merong na-offense sa grocery? Di ba? So parang, to me, okay, set na lang ako ng boundaries. No religion, no, alam mo yun, no political unless the situation
calls for it. Yeah.
Like, what happened with the flood control, recently and, ano pa ba yung sa mga nagnanakaw na politicians, which is 90% of them. So yun, kailangan mo talaga ng parang stand-up comedian yung hahanapan mo ng content pag may ganong nangyari. Di ba? How can you make fun of this situation?
Yeah,
so
ayun, meron kang clear set of like let's not touch on these things.
There are materials that I'm sure wouldn't see the light of day. Na parang, kung gusto ko na tapusin yung career ko, popost ko na to. Ganong level.
Pero nakakatawa siya in a show setting.
Yes.
And it's allowed in a show setting.
That's
you
why,
just can't post it.
Yep. That's why I come to my shows. Kasi dun lang talaga siya. It wouldn't make it out.
Okay.
The moment it comes out, wala na ako dito.
Yeah.
I can face, ano tawag dun? Basta, pwede nyo ako isampahan ng kaso, whatever. Pero hindi kasi under a show siya eh.
Yeah.
I searched it up.
Pero dumating ba sa point na, talaga?
Yeah.
Pero dumating ba sa point na nag-show ka, you know na itong joke might cross the line and it did and it offended a lot of people. Did you go down and really like talk to the people that you've offended? Meron bang ganong scenario? Have you seen like someone do that? Because for sure, like I think also like the best part of what you guys do is there's that risk that yun nga medyo edgy siya na parang konti lang you might offend a lot of people. But have you seen people get offended and how aside from like turning them into like viewers, I mean, do you guys go down and like talk to them?
So for live audience, I'm not sure if I'm the right person to ask because I've had siguro few encounters lang with audience members telling me na alam mo yung nudge lang na parang, oy, medyo ano yung isang joke Sabi ko, I would always ask, were you offended? Sabi, no, it was fun, but I'm just worried about other people. If that's the case, okay lang sa akin yun eh. Pero the people that get offended are most of the time they're online. They're not even convertible na maging following ko. They just see it on their feed. And na-offend ako dito, message ko tong gagong to. Hoy, anong problema mo sa mga taga Baguio? So parang, sa akin, may ano sila eh, walang bearing. Pero if may message mo akong ganon, what I usually say, sorry, please scroll up. Please block me so you won't see me on your feed again. Yun yung nagawa ko naman. Kasi I know how things can get. If you really, really offend someone, people die. So parang to me, it's if merong namatay na kaibigan mo in the same industry dahil sa isang joke, ibig sabihin wala tayong freedom of speech eh. That's one. Pangalawa, you need to watch out. Diba? So I tend to not sort of like filter myself, but choose the right platform where to do your jokes. If you're doing it in a live show, if it's your face on the poster and you're the person that they went out there to see, go do your thing. Kumbaga, nag-bayad sila para panoorin at makinig sa jokes mo. That's their risk. Diba? The ball is, nasa kanila yung control nun. Pero if it's me telling a joke, for example, ikaw, joke ako sa'yo, hindi mo naman ako kilala. Oy, okay ba tong joke to? Nag-joke ako, very offensive. Pwede mo ako sapakin kasi you didn't ask for that. Diba? Context really matters eh.
Yeah.
And if to further my point and to help elaborate on the answer that you were looking for kanina is, may line ba na dapat akong hindi i-cross? To me, if you're in stand-up comedy, you can say everything as long as the outcome or the reaction that you are trying to get is a laugh. So, regardless what you say, if it made the room laugh, it's okay. Wala siyang boundaries. May boundaries lang pag nakita or narinig ng ibang tao na hindi naman invited dun sa platform kung saan mo siya ginawa. Nari, ginawa ko siya dito sa room na to. Nagbayad kayo para panoorin yung joke. I'll say my shit. Pero if you get offended, sorry, pero you may leave if you want to. Since nagbayad ka, you can stay or you can leave. Pero if you're not here, napadaan ka lang, oy, sorry. Sige, sapakin mo ako ngayon. Kasi, alam mo yun?
Yeah.
So that's how I think about it.
Yeah. And I think it does make sense. If you pay for like a ticket dun sa show, you would expect that you would like hear jokes. And it's a joke after all. Like, it's not that serious. It's supposed to be not that serious because it's a joke, right? And I think I asked that question because I see some really good people online. Jimmy Carr is one. I'm not sure if like a fan of it, but I'm just seeing how he delivers it. And iba-iba talaga ng style. Yeah. Right? Jimmy Carr, like, I think, akala ko nga politician siya. Sometime.
Kasi naka-suit siya lagi.
Yeah. And then, meron din si Matt Rife. Like, crowd work. Puro ganun yung mga pinapost niya. Really funny, good. Pero also pogi. Kaya, kaya ganun. So, like, there's different styles. But if you were to teach us or maybe the audience, like if you would go on a stage and like make a successful, whether it's stand-up comedy or just a performance, what do you think are the elements present in, good performances?
Elements that are present in good performances. Well, to me, you have to understand, regardless of the craft that you want to pursue, if it's stand-up, if it's music, although I don't know about anything about music performances, but as a performer, I think you need to, most of the time, know your audience first. Very external thinking yung sa akin. Alam ko, just be yourself. Yeah, you can be yourself, but would they accept you if you become yourself on stage, if you just be who you are? So know your audience first. Okay, para sa mga tao ba tong gagawin ko? It's a performance and it's not a performance if walang nanonood.
Yeah.
So you need to first nail down anong klaseng audience or anong klaseng demographics yung mga makaka-appreciate ng art mo.
How do you do that? Meron bang you ask around?
No, if it's different in stand-up comedy kasi wala kang choice but to perform in front of whoever's there. So there's a community already, thank God, na when I first started, meron na. So what I did was I tried to adjust. This is not very advisable, I think. Pero I tried to adjust to the crowd that in front of me. If you're starting up, okay siya. Okay, this made them laugh. That comedian made them laugh by talking about these topics. It's good. Pero there will come a point na you have to be yourself. Na parang, if you become yourself in front of people, maybe some of them won't laugh, won't get what you're saying. But if there's 1, 2, 3 people na matutuwa dun sa ginawa mo, that's your audience. Perform for them. And naniniwala ako na kahit anong klaseng sense of humor meron ka, meron kang kapareho. At merong matutuwa dyan. Kumbaga, sabi nila, di ba, find your niche. No, your niche will find you. I really believe that the people that you're looking for are also looking for you. So, it's a two-way street. All you need to do is get exposure the right way. Siguro post stuff online. Yun naman natin, that's the only way If you don't post, people won't find you. You can't promote your comedy na, oy, go to my show. Stand-up comedian ako. Pwede ba patingin ng portfolio mo? Wala pero believe me, nakakatawa ako. Hindi pwede yun Parang nagbenta ng toothpaste, tapos sinabi mo na, oy, okay to, nakakaputi siya. Talaga? Pwede patingin ng sample? Hindi, basta trust me. Di ba? Parang walang credibility.
Yeah.
So, just do your thing. Pero if you're starting out, try to ask people around, previous performers, what they do, what they did when they started out, and what are the things that kailangan mo talaga ng advice. You can do it on your own. So my advice is for you to first know your audience, and second one, get knowledge as much as you can from other people who were there before. And then you don't have to follow their advice even. Kung bad advice yan, tingin mo, ikaw yung mag-assess. Hindi Bible yung sinasabi nila. Pwede kang mag-adjust, ibang generation, di ba? Mas alam mo siguro yung generation ngayon. But what they're saying will be very valuable to you. Don't be, hindi, iba ako. Ako yung bagong Jesus ng art form ko. Ako yung second come. Hindi pwedeng ganun. So, that's what, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it did. I love that. First is, yung sa getting the knowledge talaga. Yung making sure na you are an open book and you don't need to apply everything, but it's good to have other opinions or other perspective para mas lumawak yung sa'yo. Yep. And of course, yung, knowing your audience. Because at the very core of it, I think performances, parang it's not doing for the validation for others, but you're a performer, you're on stage, and I believe that as well. I just did a talk. Well, I talked about content creation. But the moment that I stood up on stage, it's not about me anymore. How can I serve you guys so that you learn? Yeah. In that context, na parang if it's a stand-up comedy, how can I make you laugh now? It's not about me na lang. Gets mo? The moment that I'm on stage, but yes, I feel good kasi syempre parang ang galing mo naman po after that, di ba? But when I'm on stage, it's not about me anymore. It's about them. How could I serve them? So, yeah.
That's a good perspective. It's the first time I heard about that. Na parang when you're on stage, it's not about you. It's about, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Na parang, and that's precisely maybe what I was trying to say kanina. You just framed it in a very more cohesive way. Thank you. Pero that's the first time na na-realize ko yun. Okay, para sa inyo to. Yes, for example, Katy Perry or sige, pabatayin natin, Taylor Swift or sino ba? Olivia Dean ba ngayon?
Yeah.
Pa-perform sa stage. Yes, we're all cheering. But in her head, I need to make these people go crazy while I sing.
Yeah.
So parang it's both of you are thinking the same way.
Yeah.
Audience, hindi, it's about her. Yung si Olivia din, no, it's about you guys. So thank you for putting
Yeah.
that in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, and the only difference is you have a platform, di ba?
Yes.
I mean, literally, you have that platform na nandun ka, nakatayo. So you have, and agree with that, na parang ngayon nagbabatuan kayo ng energy.
Yeah.
So the crowd, the place becomes more energetic, right? And it just becomes a very fun experience. I am looking forward to attend one of your talks. I am not sure kung napanood na kita. I've attended once. Pero yung previous, pag lumabas sa previous partner mo sa podcast, does he also do stand-up comedy?
Yeah, stand-up comedian
I think mas sure ako siya napanood ko na
Talaga?
siya. Yeah.
Stand-up comedy, hindi
Yes.
improv.
Ay, sa may taskbar na BGC,
Yeah, probably stand-up nga yun.
stand-up yun.
Yeah,
Tama.
yeah.
Nakita ko si Victor.
Stand-up yun.
Yan. So, andun siya. Napanood ko na siya.
Yeah. So parang si Judd, wala na siya. Umalis na siya ngayon sa podcast namin kasi mas magaling daw siya kaysa sa akin, sabi niya. De, joke lang. Judd is a sweetheart. Ano siya? Parang very humble stand-up comedian. Basically, I think medyo same kami ng time na nag-start pre-pandemic. Nauna yata siya 1 year. Pero the first time that I did a set in an open mic, he was there. And he was sort of like starting out din pa lang.
Yeah.
So parang he does a lot of things now. Improv. Not sure if nasa advertising pa rin siya by the time na lumabas to. If nag-quit na siya, congrats.
Kung hindi pa, so sorry.
Hindi
Na-spoil
ba?
namin.
Kaya mo yan. May pizza naman pag OT eh. So, so yun. Pero mahusay siya. One of the labeled konyo comedians. And sobrang natutuwa ako pag maraming konyo din sa shows ko. Kasi akala nila konyo ako.
Yeah.
Hindi nila alam, nagbe-blend in lang ako. So, yeah. Taga-UST ako. So,
So, alam niyo na, guys. But no, would you believe that we're almost 1 hour na?
Oh, okay.
That's crazy. But really happy. I'm learning a lot from you. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity na, magkwentuhan tayo and you share
Likewise.
your craft. So I guess for me, I just want to close this one with, there are a lot of people who are in their 20s watching the podcast episode. And kung gusto nyo lang matawa kaya nyo pinanood yung podcast, well, you're welcome. But also, watch your podcast kasi mas nakakatawa yun. But for me, like if people are watching this show, and they are in their 20s and they're trying to figure out life. And maybe they want to do something that they feel that is going to make them alive. Whether it's like, performing for a song or even stand-up comedy. What's the number one piece of advice that you would give to them?
okay, I'll preface this in a way na naranasan ko kasi siya. Una is, don't listen to your family and friends. They don't know what you want. Okay? Especially your friends. If they're cringing at what you're doing when you're in your early 20s or kung ilang taon ka man ngayon, if your gut tells you that there's something na mangyayari pag ginawa mo isang bagay, go for it because most of the time, tama ka. Like, your friends are not your audience. They're your friends. So, if they don't like what you're doing, a lot of my friends are in music. I don't care about their music. I mean, it's not, hindi siya, hindi siya. Pupunta ako sa gigs nyo, yes. Pero if you really ask me with a lie detector, do I like your music? Tapos sinabi ko yes, huwag kayong magulat kung nagkisinungaling ako. Kasi hindi siya ganun eh. Hindi mo audience ang friends and family. Ang audience mo are out there. Diba? So, to me, yes, listen to your family when it comes to career. I know I listen to mine and that's why I'm here. Sanay sila sa very traditional way of thinking of what works and what doesn't. And listen to it, but assess also what you think would work for you. If you want to do stand-up comedy, which is a very good trend right now, I say trend kasi I know a lot of people who are trying it out and being enlightened for the first time about that art form. So, if you like to do it, do it. if your gut tells you that you can be funny and make a career out of it, do it. Because most of the time, you're gonna succeed if you just follow your gut and not listen to your friends and family. So to me, if I have one advice, it would be that. But also, put your ego outside. Parang, don't include your ego along the way. A little bit is nice. Kasi for you to go up on stage, it takes a lot of ego.
Yeah.
To do that. To hold the mic and think na, tatawa sila dito. You need that. But outside of the whole performance, parang stay on earth.
Yeah.
Parang, yun yung what if there's two things that I would give the younger generation, I would give those two. So don't listen to your friends and have just a very good amount of ego lang.
Yeah. I love the advice. Continuing with the second one, ang ganda lang ng thought na yun. Kasi for me, you should be humble in real life, but you shouldn't be humble about your craft.
Exactly.
Kailangan
100%.
Kailangan at in a sense, kailangan mo talaga magyabang. Whether it's in business or in your craft, you have to have that confidence that it will work.
Yep. Kasi the first person that would believe in your craft is you. So, if you think that baka hindi gumana to paano gagana yan? Ikaw mismo, ayaw mong maniwala. Sige, mag-corporate ka na. So, to me, yeah, trust your gut. Really trust your gut.
Yes,
gut
guys.
health is important.
Sorry, that was really fun. But yeah, thank you so much. I enjoyed this. I learned a lot.
Love this talk.
And yes, after this, magkakaroon na tayo ng community as well dahil such a good way of promoting the podcast as well.
Mag-guess ka naman sa akin.
Sige.
Oo.
Game.
Well, set it up.
Gusto ko yun kasi I rarely get invited on people's shows. Parang for the past 2 years, I've only been to 2.
You know what? I think I have an idea why people don't invite. I think they're intimidated by it.
Talaga?
Because, dude, I've been watching you guys, or you, last year. And to me, kaya ko ba yun? Kasi, okay, there's a certain flow when it comes to small talk. Na parang, okay, I need to answer correctly. Ganyan. So, I think may ganong kumbaga, may ganong idea yung mga tao.
Okay.
So, hindi kita in-invite kasi I was intimidated.
Talaga?
By your, paano ba?
Persona online.
Persona online.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
But he's a good guy. he's not
Guys,
not that serious.
I can also smile and laugh. So please invite me on your shows. Please.
Yeah.
Alam mo, ang tagal na ako ini-invite nila James. At ang tagal ko na rin ini-invite sila James. Pero di
Okay.
kami nagtutugma.
Okay.
Saka I think before, nung parang nabanggit namin yan sa Cool Pals, parang, ano pag-uusapan natin? Baka hindi natin magawa yan. But,
Paiyakay mo sila.
isa-isayin ko sila. But again, bro, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I enjoyed this and thank you for sharing your light and your expertise in your craft here on the show.
Thank you.
And I will link down, guys, for everyone who's still watching here, I will link down all of Leland's links down below so you can check his work out and of course the shows as well. Let us know when para ma-promote din namin dito.
Sure.
I'll just put the links down below because I can't wait. I think wala kaming binigay na punchline na jokes dito, so wala kayong yung mga makikita nyo sa show niya is talagang pinaghandaan for you.
Yeah, it's not gonna make it out.
It's not gonna make it out, so you gotta go to his event. So but again, bro, maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, Alec.
Yeah. And thank you so much for listening on this podcast episode. Thank you so much for sharing the show on your socials. Sa mga taong nagtatag sa amin, maraming salamat. Again, if you are on YouTube, click that subscribe button. If you are on Spotify, make sure you're subscribed kasi marami sa inyo nakikinood lang tapos hindi nagsusubscribe. Mag-subscribe naman kayo, guys. Please.
Palakihin natin yung studio ni Alec.
Yes.
Oo.
Kaya natin ng mas maraming guests dito on the show. But you guys are the oxygen, the lifeline. So thank you guys so much. Abangan nyo lang din yung community na ila-launch natin soon. And yeah, this is Small Talk. This is Alec Cuenca. This is Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. And I will see you guys next episode. Peace.